What's good was happening? Tov, the dangerous. Damn, what was that? The dangerous world of dark web criminals. Let's go. No promo here, YouTube, okay?
The dark web. It's been around for years and still thrives on the same old principles of secrecy and sinister activities. To a regular person, the dark web is a dangerous place that might not be worth exploring or has too many rumors attached to it to make anyone want to check it out any further. However, there are some people who have made it their entire home, dancing in its shadows and flourishing in lawlessness and illicit activities. That is until they get caught. And today, we're shadows and flourishing in lawlessness and illicit activities. That is until they
mastermind. 23 mil. God, what the
get caught. And today we're taking a look at dark web criminals who weren't as discreet as they claim to be. What sort of things?
YouTube, informative information here, okay? Educational purposes. No promotion of this. We're not sitting here telling people go do that or do this. Thank you.
Things that they do. Who snitched on them? Are they still in jail? Well, let's get right into the video.
Let's get it.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. First thing I want to say is thank you guys so much for the support on the creepypasta video. So it's been a day since I uploaded it. I uploaded it yesterday and it's at 400,000 views. So thank you guys. Clear you guys like the hour-long videos. That was an experiment for me. It was either gonna flop or do amazing, and it's doing amazing. So seriously, thank you guys. Thank you to the new subscribers. Just a little announcement right here. We are gonna make a lot more hour-long plus videos, so get ready for that. We're not starting yet. I still have backed up videos. For example, this is a backed up video. I guess that sounds weird if I'm ignoring.
I got backed up. You guys know
what I mean. But yeah,
y'all see that? Wait, y'all see that 127? Yeah, we backed up. I ended up deleting like 20 2 days ago.
The gears are shifting, and we're gonna enter a new era for the Tough channel of hour-long videos. Not every video is gonna be an hour-long video, but more of them. So thank you guys so much for the support.
Let's get it.
Yeah, and this one might be a little bit shorter, especially we're gonna be comparing it to hour-long videos now. But just want to let you know it's gonna be a mix, but there's gonna be more hour-long videos. That's really it. Let's get right into the topic.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Alexander Cases, aka Alpha 02. There's no better way to start our list than focusing on the biggest of them all. I'm talking about a man who for years was simply known by the username Alpha 02 to both authorities and users of the dark web. And no, he wasn't your typical small-time criminal. He was in fact the one who oversaw the millions of dollars in daily online narcotic sales. Detectives considered him a public enemy, and although chasing him for a while, he had remained a total mystery. Law enforcement agents from around the world, in a coordinated effort, had been hunting for Alpha 02, who they believed was running the biggest digital drug and crime marketplace known as Alphabay. Now, if you already don't know, the dark web has a bunch of websites dedicated to the selling of and other
no promotion. Matter of fact, y'all go hear some mutes. No promo. We're not, you feel me? We're not promoting that shit.
Educated on the dark web. I'll have a playlist linked up there, so you can go check that out after this one. By the way, here's a hint. A future 1-hour video will be about the dark web. These marketplaces are what allow most of the illegal activity to take place, and therefore they're often on the radar of law enforcement. So owning and operating a dark web marketplace puts you right on the most wanted list. Thus, Alpha 02's crime, to put it plainly, was owning and operating Alphabay, and hence facilitating thousands of product listings, mainly drugs, from ecstasy. Also stolen data, most likely credit card details and social security numbers. For perspective, while some dark web marketplaces had a few hundred or thousand listings, Alphabay, as of 2015, had over 21,000 illegal products listed and over 200,000 users. The man was indeed very rich. It's no wonder that, as Wire reported, among digital crime investigators, Alpha 02's notoriety was like that of Osama bin Laden. How was he arrested? Well, when the market was new, he made a critical, almost laughable security mistake. At the time, whenever a new member joined the market, they would receive a welcome email from pimp_alex_91@hotmail.com. The email could be seen in plain text due to a misconfiguration of the Tor server. One of the users who received this email archived it for 2 years and, believe it or not, later handed it to law enforcement agents as a tipster. We don't know why he ratted out Alpha 02, but that was the beginning of everything unraveling. So yeah, like I said before, agents had been looking for him for 2 years, and it just so happened that someone snitched on him. So when the email landed on their desks, they dug and rummaged all around the internet internet to try to find who it belonged to. Soon enough, they found out it appeared on a French social media site, skyrock.com. Alex, the owner of the email, had posted photos of himself on the site in 2008 and 2009. The same email led the cops to a dating site where Alex listed his hometown, Troy River, yeah, I'm not gonna pronounce that, in the French-Canadian province of Quebec. His age was 17 at the time the profile was made, so the cops believed the 91 on his email represented his birth year. This seemed implausible until they found the same person on a French tech forum, Comment Ka Mark. Again, I don't know how to pronounce that. Where his real name, Alexander Kazes, alongside the username Alpha02, and his email address was listed. He had explained how to remove a virus from an image, and searching him on LinkedIn, they realized the grown-up Alex was likely their man, as he advertised himself as a freelance web programmer and founder of a hosting and web design company, EBX Technologies. As they dug through his social media, the cops found his fiancée, Sunisa Thapsuan, on Facebook. That's how they knew where he was: Bangkok, Thailand. 26-year-old Canadian had relocated halfway across the world to evade law enforcement. The only problem is that Thailand has been a hub for US law enforcement agents for years, as far back as 1973. And given how much effort the agents have put in to find this guy, what did they do? Right, they passed.
Boy, ain't do too much investigation. What am I talking about? Too much research. Cause boy, if they out there like that, why'd you go over there?
Packed their stuff, sought help from the FBI, and headed down to Thailand. They sought the help of Thai authorities, and together they created a well-thought-out scheme to arrest Alex. They faked a minor car accident at his gate to get him out of the house, and make sure they got to his workstation before it locked them. Faked a minor car.
Whoa.
With the help of Thai authorities, and together they created a well-thought-out scheme to arrest Alex. They faked a minor car accident at his gate to get him out.
They faked an accident to get him. Yo, that's fucking insane, bro. That's absurd.
Out of the house, and make sure they got to his workstation before it locked them out with a password. Now, this does seem extra, but in the eyes of the law, it would be more plausible to stick the mountain of evidence they already had against him if they found him hands-on doing the illegal activity. They needed to have access to his PC while it was still logged into Alphabet's admin account and other related accounts, including cryptocurrency exchanges. So, on the morning of July 5th, 2017, a Royal Thai police agent nicknamed NEUGANG drove a gray Toyota Camry right into the quiet and wealthy neighborhood on the western edge of the city where Alex resided. Meaning to be an inexperienced driver, she faked a 3-point turn after telling the security guard that she was lost. While reversing, she intentionally slammed the car into Alexander's front gate. As a normal person would, Alex runs out once he gets a glimpse of what's happening, and while at the gate, other officers who were waiting nearby move in to arrest him. He attempts to run back inside, but he's overpowered. The investigators found his unlocked laptop in the bedroom and managed to retrieve a list of passwords to the Alphabet website and servers. They put together the remaining pieces in their puzzle, and overall, at the time, it was estimated that Alex was worth about $23 million, distributed in houses, a Thai hotel, luxury cars, cryptocurrency, and more. He was taken in custody, and just a week later, in a rather dramatic ending, it was reported that he took his own life while in custody. His fiancée was charged with money laundering. On July 20th, 2017, US authorities announced the takedown of Alphabet, a resounding success against illegal activities. Then, in an interesting twist, 5 years after its owner got arrested and died, Alphabet was back in business, growing faster than before. Perhaps, as Alpha02 had mentioned in an interview with Vice, courts can stop a man, but they can't stop an ideology. Darknet markets will always be around until the war on drugs stops.
What the fuck? That's insane, bro. What blows my mind is the fact that they purposely drove into his gate, bro, to get him outside. Like, that is some fucking shit, bro. That's literally what, the quickest way to get somebody out their crib? Huh? You don't got a search warrant? Yeah, let's hit his car. He has to come out. What the fuck?
Bin Tan Le. If this is your first time learning about the dark web, then you might be a little bit confused on how it operates. Like, how are people able to get away with so much? And you probably have other questions like, how would drug dealers use Alphabet? How do they get their products to users? Where do they get caught shipping drugs back and forth between states and cities? Well, hold tight, because this next story answers all of those questions. We're looking at a guy named Bin Tan Le, who formed a reputation as the ecstasy kingpin. Actually, this case isn't just about Bin Tan Le, but rather a trio. The two others being Alante Pyers, 22, and Stephen McCall, 23. It's only that Bin Tan Le, who we will refer to as just Le for the rest of this video, got a bigger charge than the other two guys, and so the case is mostly associated with him. So, what happened? Well, based on a press release from the Department of Justice, they got indicted in federal court on charges of conspiring to manufacture and distribute controlled substances. The three men were arrested in Brockton, Massachusetts on the charge of...
Brockton? Bro. This shit, yeah, they got caught in mass, bro. What the fuck? Oh, I'm def looking information on this, bro. I'm def gonna look up. articles and shit. Yo, Brockton, bruh.
Got a bigger charge than the other two guys, and so the case is mostly associated with him. So, what happened? Well, based on a press release from the Department of Justice, they got indicted in federal court on charges of conspiring to manufacture and distribute controlled substances. The three men were arrested in Brockton, Massachusetts on the charge of selling significantly large amounts of drugs, including MDMA, ketamine, Xanax, and cocaine to users.
Hold the fuck on. Hold on. What the fuck? That's insane, bro. Brockton, dog.
Including MDMA, ketamine, Xanax, and cocaine to users via dark web marketplaces. So they were basically marketing a large in Brockton, Massachusetts on the charge of selling significantly large amounts of drugs, including MDMA, ketamine, Xanax, and cocaine to users via dark web marketplaces. So they were basically marketing a large drug dealing business on the dark web. Apparently, Lay, 26 now, a resident of Brockton, had started the East Side High store on the Wall Street Market, an illegal dark web marketplace, when he was just 22, and he ran the store for a very short time. He created the Wall Street account on March 13th, 2019, and got busted on March 25th, 2019. But he already had 414 orders on his listings: pure ketamine S isomer sugar A+, pure MDMA crystal, Philip Plain 250 milligrams. But this isn't to say that the store on Wall Street is the only operation he had, since his store, Eastside High, was also on another dark web marketplace called Dream. So yeah, it was on another dark web marketplace called Dream, where it had already completed 360 transactions. Maybe he was even on more marketplaces, who knows. Also, it seems the operation was lucrative because at the time of his arrest, Lay had about 59 Bitcoin, which law enforcement thought was worth about 2.3 million. It gained value up from the 200,000 it was worth when confiscated. For clarity, the dark web thrives on cryptocurrency as people pay vendors in coins, all thanks to the anonymity that's built into some of the cryptos we have around. He also had $114,000 in cash and another $42,000 from selling his 2018 BMW M3 competition. Seems that he was doing pretty well for himself, but you have to consider that during his arrest, one website, darknetlive.com, reported that no vendor except Eastside High sells only MDMA and ketamine at anywhere near the same scale. So he was selling really large volumes to get that kind of money. In fact, when he got busted, the police found 44 pounds or 20 kilos of ecstasy, 15 pounds or 7 kilos of ketamine, and more than 10,000 Xanax pills. His companies were also doing well, as Alante Pyres, also 22, drove a 2017 Mercedes S550 worth about $97,000. So now let's talk about how the trio got caught. Well, it was due to how they moved the drugs. Their arrest was part of an investigation by federal agents assigned to the U.S. Postal Service and Staunton Police that had begun in January 2019.
Did he say Staunton? I think he meant Stoughton, Mass. Oh my, yo, this is fucking absurd, bro. It's so crazy hearing things happen around like Mass, bro. Like just being like, imagine hearing some crazy story about the state you live in. It blows my mind, dog. Like I'm learning about this. A few years back, we had a RICO in, I think it was Dorchester, like Boston area, and it's just crazy. It's fucking crazy, bro.
Federal agents assigned to the U.S. Postal Service and Staunton Police that had begun in January 2019. They had set up P.O. boxes using the fictitious names DeJour Cox and Dwayne Freeman, and they used them to send and receive packages. They would disguise the incoming drug supplies from distributors in the Netherlands, Belgium, and Canada by using descriptions like Robin's Office Supply or Lego Box for Kids. Unknown to them, one of their clients was an undercover agent. The agent had bought 5 ecstasy pills, and Lay sent the packages via the USPS service. The police then trailed him, and from his dumpster near the office space he rented, they recovered a bag with 1,200 grams of ecstasy. At the same time, an undercover agent was wooing Lee to accept a potential Bitcoin for cash exchange. Lay needed to convert his 200,000 in Bitcoins to cash. They arranged a meeting at the Hampton Inn Hotel in Norwood. Other agents
Wait, what?
Her agent was wooing Lee to accept a potential Bitcoin for cash exchange. Lay needed to convert his 200,000 in Bitcoins to cash. They arranged a meeting at the Hampton Inn Hotel in Norwood. Other agents trailed Lay from his home, and he made a stop at his office where he exited with a money counter and then headed to the hotel. He got arrested after the transaction happened, together with Pyres, who had been waiting in the car. Detectives also raided his office, where they arrested McCall. In the office space, they found 5,000 grams, which was 11 pounds of ketamine, an animal tranquilizer, 5,000 grams of ecstasy, packaging materials, 2 digital scales, 2 heat sealing devices, a pill press, and $114,700 in cash. According to the Department of Justice's website, Lay was sentenced to 8 years in prison with an additional 3 years of supervised release and was required to forfeit his assets. assets, the crypto, the cash, and all the other items that were found on him. Regarding the arrest, U.S. Attorney Raquel Rollins said this: "The dark web is a rising threat to our communities and must be taken very seriously. Anonymous networks open the door for people, including our children, to order deadly amounts of illegal narcotics from anywhere in the world and have them delivered to your doorsteps. This sentence sends a clear message to dark web criminals. The federal government is entering this space."
Crazy, bro. That's fucking absurd. I did not know any of this. 2019. I did not know any of this, bro. That's fucking insane. 8 years though? 8 years plus 3? That's kind of low. I ain't gonna lie. I think that's kind of low. Wild though. Wild.
You know, yeah, that last bit. We're talking about CP. That's what really riled up the authorities. Court documents indicated that he ran the service between July 24th, 2008 and July 29th, 2013. The argument was that his service, quote, hosted websites that allowed users to view and share images documenting the of children, also violence and bestiality. So he had been charged as a facilitator of dark web CP, and on September 15th, 2021, he got sentenced to 27 years in federal prison and a lifetime supervision upon his release. Now, given the layers of
lifetime supervision, I ain't never heard of that shit. That's, bro, I swear to you, that's the first time I hear that shit. Lifetime supervision, bro. They on your ass for life. Whoa. And I thought death penalty was like the last thing, you feel me? Throw lifetime supervision right under that, bro. They on your dick for the rest. What, bro? They on your ass?
secrecy that Marquez had implemented on Freedom Hosting, it became a hotly debated topic as to how law enforcement was able to unmask his identity. This especially because the FBI wasn't forthcoming with details on how exactly they did it, hence raising suspicion of illegality. As seen here, the original indictment only said the arrest was from an investigation in 2013. It's believed that the security agencies found a way to hack into Tor, the browser that's used to access the dark web, and didn't want to disclose that information. Of course, if they hacked Tor in order to arrest Marquez, the evidence would be disputed, and also, if they knew a hack that worked on Tor, they wouldn't want to share it as it would be useful in taking down other criminal networks. Ideally, Tor is supposed to bounce dark web traffic around to ensure anonymity for whoever uses it, and this isn't the first time US-based investigative agencies like the FBI have done this, refusing to disclose their methods. In 2017, they chose to let free a man accused of CP as opposed to revealing how they were able to locate the anonymous Tor user. Regarding the arrest and prosecution of Marquez, FBI Assistant Director Calvin Shivers said this: "Today's sentencing of Eric Marquez sends a clear message to perpetrators of this egregious crime that no matter where you are in the world, law enforcement will hold you accountable and bring you to justice."
Sheesh.
Jay McCod. Alright, so when we're talking about the dark web and illegal activities, there's a lot of CP. We're gonna use that term, CP. I'm gonna refer to that as cow poop, cat poop, whatever. But yeah, this last story is all about that, so I guess trigger warning if you don't want to hear about that. And I'm gonna try to keep this very short and get to the point. I don't want to give any details about anything. So, Jay McCod, he was arrested on July 13th, 2015 for allegedly downloading CP from the dark web after a massive operation. The operation was called Operation Pacifier, which was geared towards fighting against online child exploitation. This crime was already bad, but what's worse is that McCod was a teacher who had worked in Vancouver's public schools for about 20 years in different capacities, including teaching special education at Geyser Middle School. According to the FBI, McCod used an alias Pooter to sign on to Playpen, a CP network, towards the end of October 2014. His actions were deemed intentional, as only those who know of the existence of certain dark web websites, such as Playpen, can access them. The agents had captured his IP address during one of his login sessions, which they then submitted to his internet service provider, who was able to trace it back to his previous residence. However, before they could act, McCod disconnected his account at the previous residence and moved away to a new place. All unintentional, as he didn't know he was being investigated. Still, the ISP traced his new residence, an apartment complex. After he reconnected the account, the FBI agents then raided his home, and they ended up finding a hard drive full of these horrible images. And I can't even say this on YouTube, but the closest I guess I could tell you guys is that reminds me of it is like that one horrible, I think it's the first scene from Human Centipede 2, but like it's bad, like so bad. Given the nature of the crime, it seems straightforward that he would just be taken to court and jailed, right? Well, wrong. Turns out that when the FBI refused to say how they were able to capture and unmask his IP address, the evidence they offered held no ground. As McCod's lawyers, Colin Feynman and Linda Sullivan, said, the government has now made plain that the FBI will not comply with the court's discovery order. The consequences are straightforward. The
FBI not complying is fucking crazy, huh? That's crazy, bro.
prosecution must now choose between complying with the court's discovery order and dismissing the case. And in a rather bitter twist, the FBI chose to forego the case against McCod. Zero legal consequences. We can only guess that the prosecution's argument must have been that it would be better to keep the malware code they used to hack Tor as a secret, as it would enable them to pursue more criminals and probably bigger cases. But still, letting such a sick and corrupted individual be free is horrible. Alright guys, thank you.
Hey, he free. I hope he shits himself every motherfucking day. I hope he shits himself every day. People know his name. You feel me? We don't know how he looks like, but yeah. Fuck that guy.
Thank you so much for watching the video. If you liked it, leave a like. And if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. We haven't talked about a dark web topic in a hot while, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. Go stream Stop Loving Me. Go buy the cassettes.
I like these. I'm liking these, bro. Tough, definitely do more of this, bro. I will keep reacting to it. Age restricted, yeah. It's gonna happen, bro. It's gonna happen. Man, shit crazy. Age restricted, yeah. Can't avoid it, bro. Can't avoid it. Might just hear a teacher on the news getting arrested for downloading CP off of the dark web, and then on top of that, eventually just being let go by the authorities. It's crazy. Towers merge. So will always be entertaining, dude. The last one had me question our justice system. How can someone get caught red-handed with a hard drive full of CP and then get let go based off technicality? All the evidence is right there on the hard drive. You can get evidence only through certain means that have to be disclosed to know what is okay to use and what is not. Otherwise, one can argue it was forced, like being found having, like people being found having been forced to confess. Yeah, the justice system, bro. Legal system, the government, there's a lot of loopholes, I guess you can say, and it's sad. It's sad. A lot of loopholes, a lot of ass backwards shit, you know. For the last case, I should have just said, just use the died of unfortunate accidental event card. Crazy. You always count on top to bring us entertainment. Hey man, I'm fucking with these, bro. I actually like these, bro. It's so crazy to hear things happening, you feel me? And just like this, bro. Like the mass one. Like, huh? Massachusetts? Every time I hear something that I never heard of and it happened in Mass, bro, I get so surprised. Cause literally, like, I'm out here, bro. We in Mass right now. You feel me? And it's like hearing shit is fucking absurd, bro. I'm definitely gonna look more into this though. That one was interesting and crazy. I ain't gonna lie. But hey, let me know what you guys thought. That's my reaction. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe if you haven't. And I'm out.